And the people you want to make money with are the ones you keep close to you, because they will be the ones that help you in the long run. And the people that you keep around you, if they're happy, everybody's happy.
What exactly do you do for your company?
I am a project superintendent. I work for a commercial general contractor.
How'd you get into what you're doing now?
So I guess you could say I was born into it.
He's a Gemini.
Whole lot of gang shit. No, I'm kidding. My father was the VP and CIO of Subaru of America for 13 years.
So, your father was the vice president and CIO? What's that?
Chief Information Officer.
Of Subaru.
Yes.
That's pretty dope. All right.
And Franklin Mint and QVC, the shopping channel.
Okay.
Which, I mean, I feel like that's almost bigger than Subaru, because QVC is no joke. But then again, Subaru's worldwide, so it's like a weird balance. But yeah, he's put his foot in the whole IT world his whole life. Came from absolutely nothing, big shoes to fill. So in my mind, growing up, I thought I had to go to college and have some big IT degree to be that guy, and I did all that and turned out to hate it.
So you went to college and you hated college.
Fuck, I loved college, but I hated what I was doing. I really did.
Yeah.
Every second of it.
Did you find college useful at all?
No. The only thing I found it useful about is basically what you and I do now, is networking. Meeting people, branching out, learning about different people, cultures, just all types of dumb shit. Just literally flourishing in an environment you've never been in. And then you take that and you bring that into the business aspect, and it really helps, because you can, for the most part, deal with most of the dumb shit.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I went to school for a degree that I don't use. Granted, I'm actually have 3 classes until my bachelor's degree, but I don't see myself going back to get the degree that I feel I don't need. I mean, I'm 30, probably just shy of $100,000 a year. And if I had my degree right now and came out of college with my degree, I'd be starting at 55, 60. So it's a hard battle for me to fight to go finish them 3 classes and pay these loans or whatever it may be, or pay it out of my pocket, try and balance it all. It's almost not worth it. And with what I've learned in college and all my crazy things that have transpired in my life, it's not something I see in my near future to go back for these couple classes just to say that I have it. And for what at this point? It's most of the time these people who tell you they have a degree is literally just to tell you. These people who tell you that, well, in my state, my age, masters, whatever. Granted, doctorates may make more. Masters, bachelors, associates, for the most part, they make less than what I make. So it's like you hit that scale of pros and cons. It's like, okay, I'll have my degree, but why should I finish it? You know what I mean? It's like, for what? To say that I have it. I have my associates on paper, but none of that means anything to me anymore. And as you grow, you learn that you have less friends than you thought. Your family means more than anything, and the friends you have, you cherish. And you branch off of that. And the people you want to make money with are the ones you keep close to you, because they will be the ones that help you in the long run. And the people that you keep around you, if they're happy, everybody's happy. I've learned that. And I've learned that from people I've watched on, granted, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all the above. All these millionaires. what is the number one thing you say? Keep everyone around you that works with you and or for you happy, then everyone will be happy. And so far, that business model works. That's why I'm close with the guys I work with. Granted, we have our fallout days where we argue and you got to put your foot down, but it just happens. It's part of it. And that's the hard part of differentiating, of being the friend on the job site every day. But then you hit the point, well, I have a job to do. You got to put your foot down and be the bad guy some days, which is the hard part of what I do. On top of the stressors and everything else that comes from everybody else's issues that I oversee. But from where I came and where I am now, I can't say that I'm upset with where I am now. I'm more than happy with what I've done and overcame.
All right, so how'd you start working for the company that you work for?
So my brother worked for so there's two parts of this company, technically. They've branched off away from each other into their own separate entities. When I signed on, they were the same company, such as Josh and me and all of these guys that we've been talking about. But I worked for my section of the company, my branch, and that's who brought me on. My brother worked for the VP for many, many years, and the VP that he worked with trained him and kind of sort of molded him into the way he is today, and it works. So you can't be mad at him. But for me, I have always been one to walk my own path, and they got me in, and I worked for them for a few years. And I got hit with an ultimatum when the company split, where I was told I had to either travel to upstate New York or get laid off. And I said, lay me off. That being said, I've traveled for this company in West, as I said earlier, traveled to West Palm Beach, Miami, Smyrna, Delaware, Canastota, New York. I can't even think of the other two New York jobs, but long story short, I just got sick of traveling. So I told them, I said, I put my time in. I've made my point here. I'm still here for a reason. And if that's a problem, lay me off. So I got transferred back to, well, not back, but I got told that I can either get laid off or basically, I didn't have a choice. Either get laid off or go to New York. And then the president of the other company called me and we had a conversation and he wanted me to work for them. And he told me, he said, no matter what, you're not getting laid off. Even if that means we got to keep you busy. So that meant something to me. As dumb as it sounds.
Why does it mean something to you though?
Because for the people you put the time in and all the hours and effort and everything else that you put in, out of state, in state, don't even matter. For someone to say no matter what happens, they're going to have your back, that's a very important feeling. Especially for the people that put all this time in and they say that they put the time into you. It really wasn't. I worked for the company for 3 months before I got sent out to Florida. So they saw I knew what I was doing and they just shipped me out. So they can't say they molded me into what I am. Granted, everybody has their own take on it and everybody helped me in their own specific ways, but I've learned the network of people. I've learned how people function, the company functions, how everybody moves, how the business aspects works, how the on-site work goes. And I've been able to, not manipulate it, but kind of process it, make it all work.
Oh, you go ahead.
And yeah, just literally make it work. And that's why I'm kind of good at my job. Well, I feel like you would also be good because we're people persons. We can talk, we can shoot the shit, we can have fun, but when crunch time comes, that's where I run into my tough spot. It's like, okay, now I have to be an asshole and tell people they got to figure it out, and if not, they're going to pay more and or not make as much, which is a stiff line, and then you get in arguments and dumb shit, but for the most part, I mean, I've been here for almost 3 years now, and I've made my money happily. And for the most part, again, I've never really had any unhappy subs. I make sure everybody makes their money, everybody's happy, everybody's paid. So we make it work.